So Toy Story 5 is a pretty interesting movie, right? I mean, I liked it. I genuinely thought it was a good movie, but it is a kind of an odd movie, and I feel like it maybe came out a little too late. I think instead of Toy Story 4 coming out, they maybe should have had 5 be Toy Story 4's movie and then ended it. I mean, I can't really think of what the next thing would be for Toy Story 6 besides video games, maybe having like a sentient video game console that they have to now come up against. I don't really know, or maybe like a chessboard, like but I did genuinely like this movie, right? But it was a very odd Toy Story film. You know, Woody and Buzz, they're like background characters essentially. Jessie is the lead of the movie, and Bonnie is this intricate, introverted young little girl that has no friends. She still plays, she still has a beautiful imagination, but at the end of the day, she has no friends, and she's a little sad because all she has are her toys. So the film follows her getting this lily pad. It's a kid's version of an iPad, and she ends up becoming a social zombie because of it, you know, interacting with kids on her street, and they're becoming her quote unquote friends, but they're not really her friends, right? It's like social media. It's like, you know, you have people you follow, people that you know, but at the end of the day, you don't really know them and they're not really your friends. And this lily pad is kind of the villain of the story, but also has her redeeming arc, I guess you would say, at the end when she realizes what she's doing. But the movie really follows Jessie trying to help Bonnie find a new friend and make friends. But because Bonnie still plays with toys and she's not into the whole electronic toy fad that is going around with every other kid, she is alienated almost, and people, you know, the kids make fun of her and laugh at her for having these toys. And it's just kind of messed up. You know, it hits the nail on the head pretty hard, but it is what happens sometimes, right? I mean, especially for us kids that grew up in like the 90s, late 80s, you know, we were always outside, always playing, always hanging out with people, going to the park, you know, doing stuff like that. Whereas nowadays, a lot of kids don't. They're all inside, they're on their phones, they're on their tablets, they're on computers, laptops, whatever it may be. And being social is second fiddle to everything else, right? I guess aside from video games, because video games you can still play with other people, take turns versus multiplayer, all that stuff. But to just be like on your phone or doing something like that is just like, I don't know, it's just obviously kind of boring. But that's essentially what this film is, right? And again, from Toy Story 4, I don't really remember much of it, but the whole sentient creation of a toy, which was Forky, yeah, it was a little much, but some of the parts in this film with Forky are like the best scenes because they're just so funny. And they always, whenever they have this whole new thing where whenever they're being played with, they have this whole visual style of animation portrayed, and it's like the imagination of the toys and what they're doing. So it's all pretty fun, and it is a really cool way to do the movie, but it really does follow Jessie mostly, and her not wanting to be abandoned by another kid, and also trying to reconcile with her past and knowing that, you know, kids are going to come and go, and she might have multiple new owners, new kids, but at the end of the day, like, as long as you make them happy and help them along the way, that's all that really matters. And Buzz is pretty much, you know, in love with Jessie throughout the movie, trying to like ask her out. Woody is a nomad that doesn't even live in the house anymore. He just lives in the woods with a couple other toys, like saving misfit toys and keeping, you know, toys together in a sense instead of them being thrown away or discarded. It's funny too, because like even when you think of the whole sentient toy thing that Forky was, I will say, if you want to get cynical about it, from Toy Story 1, Sid did make toys and put toys apart and made these creepy toys that did come to life. But to be fair, it would be pretty wild if they focused on the psyche of Sid's toys, like the fact that they are toys put together from other toys that were either his or his sister's. It would have been great if it really dove into how those toys were actually feeling. Or hell, make a Toy Story film where Sid actually comes back and wants to take the toys because, you know, they did reveal themselves at the end of the first movie, so it would make sense for him to come back years later and actually want to, like, you know, capture the toys and put it on social media or some type of thing on the internet, you know, that would be accessed through Lilypad to be able to show the whole world that toys exist. But hey, it would make for a good R-rated Toy Story film. I mean, imagine Disney's not down. But that's why I say this film, I feel like, should have replaced 4 and just went straight into electronic toys, iPads, whatever it may be, to show how kids can grow up and disregard their toys. I definitely think this should be the last Toy Story movie. Like I said, I don't know what they would do next besides fight a sentient fucking PlayStation or like a Dreamcast or something outrageous, a GameCube, you know. But I hope it's the last one, but I did genuinely enjoy it. There's like, it was a fun movie. If you got kids, your kids will definitely love it. The whole like army of Buzz Lightyears that show up it's genuinely funny, and they're all learning how to buzz. Like it was unnecessary to the plot, honestly, but I guess they came in clutch at the end, but it was like so unnecessary. It makes you wonder like what's happening the entire time they're there. But for the most part, it was a good movie, and I honestly liked it. I would say that, again, if you got a family, kids, take them to go watch it. It's a lot of fun. Maybe you'll show them that, they don't always have to be on their phones or always have to be on their tablets or whatever. Maybe, go out and play with your friends, go out and experience the world. I know it's a dangerous world out there, but still, it's better than being cooped up inside. And, just, I hope it's the last Toy Story, because I don't think we need any more after this. Especially the fact that Woody, like, gained weight. He's a fucking toy. Toys shouldn't be able to gain weight. But yeah, this has been Ghost in the Craig. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe. And just know that you've got a friend in me.